basically 4 years ago, I started tracking absolutely every physical possession I have in my life, and I put it into this novel quantified self program called a spreadsheet. And basically, I pulled everything out from all my drawers and cabinets, and as you saw in that photo, and I started tracking all this information: the brand, the official name of the item, the store I got it from, the address or the web address, the date, the price, how I obtained it, which is in-store, online, gift, DIY. And additionally, I also tracked the location in my home, the category, not unlike you'd find on Amazon, the item type, which I'll touch upon in a second, and the generic item, so I have a full checklist of absolutely everything that I own. So what do I track? I track all the apps that are in my phone. I also track all the objects, such as my computer, which with the date and price information, I can generate the days owned and cost per day. I track all consumables like aluminum foil, and I put the unit type and the unit price so I can generate the cost per unit. For my wardrobe items, I track the color and the size, and additionally, I also track the gift giver, serial number, notes, and anything else that might pertain to all the stuff in my list. It's so hard to see what's going on here. Okay, so the first thing I did after tracking all this data is figure out where the hell do I buy stuff from, and 54% of my stuff comes from 5 stores, with 30% of all my items coming from Amazon. I have 1,369 items tracked so far, and that number changes all the time. First thing I did was figure out how to save money, and I got an Amazon credit card, which allows me to save 5% on everything at Amazon. So that was a huge hack going forward. Additionally, I also use an app called Raise, stuff's popping up now, which allows me to get gift cards at stores on my phone, so I can be shopping in a store and actually save money just by buying a gift card in that store. I also have some special eBay codes and things like that. But after I did that, I optimized my expenses. I then started looking at the stuff I already own and said, what is your purpose? Why do I own you? When did I last use you? And most importantly, what the hell are you worth? Anything that did not make sense to own, I sold. And I got rid of it and put it on eBay. And I've been on eBay for well over a decade. But since 2014, I've actually tracked 100 specific items from their purchase all the way through to their sale. And basically the average is 345 days owned, so almost a year. And the average return after I pay all the expenses is 55%. So basically what that tells me is that I can pretty much buy something, assume I'm going to sell it in a year, and get about 55% back, which really taught me that I don't buy anything, I'm actually renting absolutely everything. And so when I saw that, I was like, wow, my relationship with the stuff I own dramatically changed, because I knew that the time I'd spend with it would be very limited and very purpose-driven. And so the more I added to the inventory, the more I got out of it, and my goal was really to create a 100% complete inventory so that I could see all of the holes and pieces. And it's not 100% complete yet, but it's pretty much there as far as being reasonably possible. So the next thing I learned was that by tracking my expenses, I became a more informed consumer. And so in the case of my hair pomade, I noticed that it goes about 3.66% for the 5 years that I was tracking it, which doesn't mean much until you look at the US annual inflation for those same 5 years and realize that my hair pomade was going up 3 times faster than the inflation rate. So while you guys may look at the Wall Street Journal, I'm going to look at my hair products and glean what's going on in the US economy. So additionally, since I love buying stuff and having the latest stuff, I will buy something and use it and sell it the moment I don't need it. So in the case of this iPod Touch, I bought it, a few months later sold it, paid a rental fee of $95.95. A few months later, I actually needed it again. So I bought it on eBay, used, and paid even less than when I sold it. So for me, I'm actually saving money by re-owning things that I've previously purchased. So in addition to having all this data, it's really allowed me to utilize the data in very helpful ways. And so every year, I'll buy the appropriate amount of rental insurance because I can just tally up all of the things I own and come up with that figure. And I make tons of business decisions like this because I have the data and can very quickly reference it. And so really what the data taught me is that everything isn't just money, the price you pay. The value of something is also the time and the energy and the quality of the item experience you get from that item. And so realizing that I've optimized my expenses and optimized all of the things in my home, and believe me, I have, I started looking at the future and saying, how can I not just improve myself, but also get paid to live this optimized existence? And so I started looking at online stores such as Project September, who are trying to sell you a lifestyle, and thought, well, I have all the data on myself. Why don't I just sell my own lifestyle? And so thanks to the QS presentation, it kind of kicked my butt to put everything on in a cohesive fashion. But basically, I have my own website, Future Gentleman, and I am in the process of putting every single item that I own online and mapping all the connections. And so one of the things that putting my entire wardrobe, and this is literally it, available in real time, all the time, it really made me focus on caring about what I had. And with my wardrobe especially, I take immense pride in just looking good, whatever that means, but also just really being proud of how I look and how I represent myself to the world. So in addition to my wardrobe, I have my personal care line on my website. Well, it's not my personal care line, it's my personal care products. Every personal care product I use, including what's lower here, is on my website, and you can see not just what I use, but what I paid on a per unit basis, and most importantly, the connections. So in the case of my toothbrush, which is electric, I have to buy toothpaste, obviously, but also replacement toothbrush heads, which when I went to go find out later, they're actually quite hard to buy and are very expensive, more expensive than buying just a new toothbrush every time. So what that really taught me, what the kind of culmination of this is that everything that I own, and most likely you own, has some effect on you in some way and will really impact you, especially when you put the time in to look at it and acknowledge it. And the more I invest time and energy into looking at my stuff, the more I see these connections and want to make more improvements. Additionally, since I have this entire spreadsheet, I have personally found a lot of truth in this inventory, because as I would add stuff to the inventory, I would start seeing more things that were not in the inventory, which were still very much a part of my life. And so as I keep evolving and improving, I'm constantly trying to minimize myself to the most efficient version of me and enjoy it the most as well. So that's how I overthink everything.